So welcome to our affiliate brain trust mastermind. This is call number 456 of the Mailbox Power affiliates. I'm going to go ahead and call this the brain trust mastermind, where every time we do a video like this, we help a persona, a customer, maybe just like you, get the most value out of their use of the Mailbox Power system, tool, process. Okay, so today we have a very unique persona, and if this is you, fantastic. If this isn't you and you have some ideas, we'd love to get those chattered in here. If you're watching this online, we'd love to have any comments that you might add inside of this. Just drop those comments right below. Okay, so here is our persona that we are going to help out today. Okay, this is a beauty shop owner. This is a beauty shop owner. So let me tell you a little bit about his shop, okay? So number one, he is located inside of a strip mall of about 50 stores. There are about 50 stores in the strip mall of his shop, okay? Now, he primarily focuses his beauty supplies on 3 primary categories, although I have to tell you, he has thousands and thousands of SKUs. If you're not aware of what a SKU is a simple item. So a barrette is a SKU. A bottle of shampoo is a SKU, okay? So he has thousands of SKUs, but he primarily focuses on face, skin, and hair, okay? So things like mousse, shampoo, anti-balding, hair clippers, barrettes, lipstick, lip balm, some makeup, everything beauty related, okay? Thousands of SKUs. I'm going to introduce another term for you, AOV. AOV stands for average order volume or average order value. So he doesn't keep track of pretty much really any numbers. He's kind of all over the map with data. He's not really a data person, but he does know that his average order, meaning if he averages out over time, every time a customer comes through, the average order value is approximately $50, okay? Approximately $50. His profit on that, okay, his profit is approximately 40% of the order value, okay? That's kind of a rough guesstimate for him, okay? He has no real online presence. He doesn't really keep track of data. He's kind of one of these guys that does a lot of stuff in a shoebox and under a mattress. Okay, so not super data driven. He believes, okay, now when I say believes, I'm going to put he thinks and believes in air quotes here, that the vast majority of his business comes from some repeat customers, okay? And he has, quote, tried cold marketing in the past, okay? And he's not really a fan, right? He's going to have to be sold on the idea if you use cold marketing to him. Because he doesn't really buy it. He's tried it in the past. He's bought some stuff, and he doesn't really think it works. Okay. Now, what does he want to do? He wants to increase his AOV. So he wants to increase the number of dollars that every order or every person that comes through spends. He wants to increase the number of times that each person comes in, because remember, he believes that it's repeat customer, although he doesn't have any real data. He's going to drive Vanessa bonkers. Okay. And he also said one thing when I was doing an interview with him, that he also makes profit based on distribution deals. And when I say distribution deals, it might be like one of the distributors that's selling a particular shampoo might be running a special, and those are given out to the distributor gets to choose who those deals are given to. So they like to go kind of path of least resistance. So he might get a special opportunity to buy shampoo or a special mousse or a special hair coloring or a special lip balm based on the relationships that he has with those distributors. Okay, so here's our task. Right now, he's on a pro account. Which means he has 50 free cards he can use every month. He also has free postcards. He is not opposed to investing any amount of money as long as it works. Okay, so he's totally open to spending more money if we can prove to him that it works. So there we have it. Beauty shop owner, face, hair, skin, average order value is about $50. He makes about 40% profit. He has no online presence, no real data. He's kind of a shoebox under the mattress kind of guy. He thinks it's from repeat customers. He's, quote, tried cold marketing, and he wants to increase his AOV. He wants to increase the number of times a customer comes in, and he wants to increase his profits. Oh, and he did say this to me, which was kind of a side note. Some people might pick up on this, some people might not. But he did mention to me that the employees are a critical component to the average order value, meaning that a really good employee is really good at kind of upselling and moving that customer up the chain. And some of the newer employees, or some of the ones that just kind of are phoning it in, don't really care, have lower AOVs, okay, per their customer. So with that, affiliates of Mailbox Power, let's open up this brain trust, let's open up this mastermind, and let's get this party started. How can we help him achieve his goals? Debbie Morrow.
So first of all, let's capture all of the addresses, because if he is just, if he just has walk-in traffic, then he may not have the addresses of all his clients. So first we want to help him capture those. And I think I would do it through a membership program that doesn't have any cost to them, but every purchase can go towards a tally. And then when they get to a certain amount, they get some kind of free gift or discount off of their next purchase, or what have you. And then also maybe within that membership club, part of it is a tier-based discount. When you purchase over $50, you get an extra 5% off of your order. And when you purchase over $100, you get 10% off of your order, or whatever, to help them increase the value and get those clients coming back in. And so maybe with those same clients, we have a product of the month that can be from those distributors that he's trying to, promote their products. And so he'll go to his distributor and say, okay, this is your month in March or whatever it is. And do you have something that has a green label that you want me to promote? So it works with St. Patty's Day or something like that, so that those products are being promoted and he can score the best deals with those distributors, bringing his cost of goods down so that he's making more profit. So that would be my starting.
Okay, awesome. And Debbie, you started out by saying we should capture those email addresses. So let's just think this out practically. He's got a store. He doesn't collect data on their point of sale system or their POS or their cash register system. So how would you recommend from a practical standpoint that he starts collecting actual addresses?
So he would have a stick up with a QR code that says, join our membership club here. So he gets them to do all the work, so he doesn't have to do it. And maybe actually each employee could have their own link, their own automation or group set up, so that each employee, when they enroll a new customer, can get some kind of spiff. Maybe they get $1 for each person they enroll. I wonder if I've heard that before. And yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay, awesome. I love that idea. So we've got stick ups. Each employee has a stick up that's tied to them. So we can actually start tracking what employees are talking about the membership site, or how many people are actually joining based on that employee. Fantastic. I love that. Kimberly.
Let's start with some employee recognition. First, let's just love on these employees, since they're a critical component of him making more sales, and have a friendly competition or a contest, every month or every week, and have a different product, and have it set up so the employees are promoting this product of the week or whatever, and they get recognized. They should all get a gigagram sent to their home about how critical component their contribution is to the bottom line, and to really make them feel like they take ownership of the profits.
Okay, awesome. I love that. So we've got some employee recognition, some friendly competition, and making sure that these employees know how critically valuable they are to the profitability of the store. Fantastic. I love that. Marla.
You said he was in a strip mall?
Yeah, he's in a strip mall with approximately 40 to 50 stores.
So I would encourage him to get a relationship with some of these places where he could post his QR code in them, or have a relationship for them to encourage people to come on over and try this out, or give them some kind of a discount, get their addresses, be able to share that with them, and share Mailbox Power with them, because they too may gain some people, and then he'll gain more customers from that.
Okay, awesome. So maybe start a relationship a little bit with some of the folks that are in that strip mall. Okay, awesome. We'll go Ronnie, and then we'll go Tracy.
Okay, yeah. Well, back to the first thing what Deborah's saying about the capturing their contact information. The easiest and the best way I feel would be start a birthday club. And two reasons. One is because if he's part of Mailbox Power, then he can get into the birthday campaign that we're doing where he can win more money and all that. So that would make Joe happy because we're already working on that, the new customers. And then secondly, would go back to what was just mentioned about branding. Co-branding is so huge, it's so important, and so easy to do. Best way to do is just send out a postcard to their customers, and then also let the people in the area, other businesses, advertise on the postcard. So if they come there, they're going to do it. Well, now you're showing the people there how you're using it. Then they start doing it, and then everybody starts helping out with one another through their list. So you're actually going through other people's lists to get your information out as well. So.
Okay. And Ronnie, so you said start a birthday club. So let's just think practicality. You got a guy here with a cash register and a counter, thousands of products, not really a big data guy. How are we going to start that birthday club?
Well, you can do it with, like I said, QR code is the easiest way, the link, just they'll scan it, put it on there. Even if you send out a mailer to them and they just click on it, that link that we have is so powerful, and I don't think we're using it enough. But once they fill it out, and even with your phones now, once you start typing in your name, it automatically starts pulling up your so it takes it no time to fill out. And so that would be the big, as long as you can capture it and put it into there, and then let them do the typing. So that way you don't misspell anything, let them do everything.
Okay. And Ronnie, is that the only way that you would invite people to join the birthday club, just from a practicality standpoint?
No, you could do that, or you could have them to sign up to an email. I mean, there's all kinds of different ways to refer somebody, birthday and that kind of thing. Plus, if you do a thing on your website, you could also want to thank these people's birthday that's coming up. Well, now you're letting other people know, oh, you got a birthday club. So there's all kinds of ways to put it out there so people want to be part of it.
Okay, awesome. I'll throw in my idea just a little bit on Ronnie here, and then we're going to go Tracy and then Mary. I just know from a practical standpoint, if I walked into a store and somebody said, scan this QR code to join my birthday club, I probably wouldn't do it. Now that's just me, right? But what I might do is if somebody had a form, a piece of paper where they was on a clipboard and said, fill this out, and shoved it in my face, I would probably start filling it out. So that is one other additional way. Even though we have the technology, sometimes kind of going back to the basics might also be an additional way to increase the likelihood that somebody's going to say yes, right? So Ronnie, I love that. Okay, Tracy, you're up. You have to take yourself off mute.
There we go.
There you go.
Me and technology. As a barbershop owner for 28 years now, I use this system, but I use it simply. I do the QR codes. Thank you to Helen who signed me up for that. I also have the sheet of paper that I have people sign. The clients, they just get a series of cards throughout the year. We have had barbershops that have come and gone. We've been here for 28 years. I don't do any come in and buy one product for free. It's literally just appreciation. Thank you so much. There's a few sarcastic cards that go out, but I'll tell you, the feedback is incredible. And we have what we call the travelers, where they go around to other shops, Supercuts or whatever. Since I started sending these cards, they are faithful, faithful, faithful. I'm a just keep it simple, and people love it.
Awesome. And Tracy, let me ask you this, since you kind of are sort of semi in this space, when do you do anything where you ask them to bring the cards back in, or do you have any way that you're kind of tracking any of this?
Just the receipt at the end of the day.
Okay, awesome. So we kind of have a little bit of a shoebox under the mattress type situation.
I can relate to him. Yes. So that's why just keeping it simple to me is so much easier than bring this card in and you get 50% off. And then once they're in there and they feel appreciative and liked, they're just going to buy stuff because they like you.
Okay, awesome. I love that. Mary Warren.
My thought was when you mentioned about him making profits on the distribution deals, that strengthening those relationships and even finding new relationships through sending a monthly card and then a quarterly gift to really just solidify that relationship with those distributors and let them know, hey, I'm here to stay and I want you to be my person. And I think that would help a lot.
So in this case, Mary, it sounds to me like what you're talking about is maybe expanding the list. So we've got one list of distributors that we're connecting with and building those relationships with. Going back to Kimberly's comment, we have another list of employees that have a different set of communication. And then going back to Debbie and Ronnie, we sort of have a list of customers. So we sort of, in this case, have 3 lists that we're always looking to expand. Is that correct?
Yes, that's
okay.
What I was thinking.
Okay, awesome. I'm just trying to paraphrase. I'm just trying to bring it all together. That's absolutely awesome. And Mary, I love that one. I think that's a huge component in a lot of businesses, that a lot of businesses almost sometimes forget how much money is in profit on buying products to then sell into their store versus just what they're selling. So fantastic.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're back to Debbie.
So I just want to build on what Mary said, and if you can work with the vendors to get some kind of exclusivity, that could really explode what you can do. Because if somebody wants a specific product and they can only get it at your store, when they come in there, they're probably not just going to buy that one product. They're probably going to buy other things. But if you're the only place they can get something, they're definitely coming to you.
Okay, awesome. I love that. Let's go over to Brian and then we'll come back to Kimberly. Brian, you have to take yourself off mute.
Oh, I thought I clicked it. Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. We haven't talked about something for this beauty supply store, that sells all these products. I would be looking at or talking to him and showing him how he could white label a tchotchke or go into the catalog and find something that relates to what these people come there for. They get different things for their hair, whether that's a nail clipper. Go into our catalog and see what's there. Get something white label branded that when he sends this card, he can attach that nail clipper or nail file, that tchotchke, to the person when they reach a level of sales. The other thing too, with the punch card situation that Debbie described, we haven't mentioned, buy 10, get one free. That's a 10% discount is what that is. So it encourages frequency. I was the owner and manager of a Chicago hot dog stand. And I'll tell you, I had people bringing in punch cards that were as old as 20 years old. And then I had people that would show up 3 times a week because they had a punch card, a physical punch card. So when they fill out that application, to put in the bowl, so you gather their address, there's a tear off on the bottom That's their punch card. And then they walk out of the store with the punch card, put it in their wallet or whatever. Even if they forget it, you can always hand them another new punch card at the cash register. Then they come in with 5 of those and get their free item. So, you know, capturing address is the most important thing. First of all, if he's a shoebox owner, I bet you he has none of his people's addresses, because he's constantly doing the dartboard thing and hoping that his marketing sticks. So, you know, the first month I would focus on getting the address.
Absolutely. And you could do those punch cards easily by just creating a business card and having 500 or 1,000 business cards sent, and those become your punch cards. So excellent, Brian. Kimberly.
With employees, customers, and vendors, he needs to upgrade his account right away to the executive account.
And why is that, Kimberly? What's the advantage to him?
Because he gets 200 greeting cards every month, and he gets free postcards, even the large size. That would just be remarkable to really send to all of the business owners in the strip mall to really create the relationship.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Anybody else want to add in anything? So I came up with a few ideas myself. I'm going to ask Vanessa if she has anything to add as well. If you have anything, just raise your hand, and I'll get you. I'll kind of give you guys some ideas of what I wrote down just in having kind of a conversation with him. Obviously, we talked about the birthday club. That's kind of a given. But what I recognized was that a lot of people come in for a very particular product. So if I come in to get my products for my hair, I may not even know that he has face products or skin products. So I would encourage a campaign and communication with exposing our current customers to additional product lines that we have. Okay. And obviously, as a business shop owner, I would recommend that he promotes a product line that has a higher profit margin that he can then use to essentially pay for that campaign. Okay.
Can I tag on to what you just said?
Yep.
I would put whatever that product is that he's highlighting at the register, so that it's seen, like everyone who buys anything from him sees the product and go, oh yeah, I wanted to check that out.
Absolutely. So in the retail world, we call that an impulse buy, and a point of sale purchase, which is also what you put right at the front of the cash register. If you guys start going to retail stores and paying close attention to this, the stores are telling you what they want to buy because of how much more profit they make, which is why at the end of you going to a grocery store, it's all the little candy bars, batteries, the $1, $2 products, because they can increase those by $1 or $2 every single time you go through a register. I can't tell you how many stupid things I've bought at the very last second. But yeah, so maybe there's a product of the month that we're highlighting that could tag right back into that vendor that we're trying to help deepen and build that relationship with as well. So awesome, Debbie. Okay, so I came up with a couple of other little bit more out of the box ideas, but I was like being an asset to these guys. Number one, I know that puppies and kitties sell. So one thing that I would recommend that he does is contact his local humane society or pet adoption society and do a pet adoption at his store at least once a quarter, where he invites those folks down, and then he uses his customer list, his birthday card list, his membership list, his punch card list to promote the pet adoption day, and use those cards as invites to have come on down and either maybe donate to the pet adoption or pick up a kitty or pick up a puppy and get some dandruff shampoo while you're there. So that's number one, because I know that those people in the store are going to actually, some of them are going to buy stuff. Okay. Then the other thing is cross promoting with other people who have his same customer, but doesn't compete with. Okay. So things like hairstylists, barber shops, tanning salons, tattoo parlors, brow and waxers, right? People that do your brow threading or people that do waxing. That scares me. I don't know much about that. Even people that own wellness centers, that they're servicing the customer, right? Nail salons too, right? I think Debbie just put up that. People that have that customer but now we have a way to take care of those customers. We could do cross promotions with them, going back a little bit with what Ronnie said. The other thing is we've got 40 other stores in that strip mall. If we could build a cross promotion machine with other stores in that strip mall, so that when a customer comes to get their keys made at the locksmith down the road or down the strip, that maybe they come in and also get shampoo or suntan lotion or, you know, whatever else sundry item they may need. They can be able to do that and build. Out of 40, you're only going to have a few of them that will take place, but still worth building. And then the final one I came up with was try to find a nonprofit or a couple of nonprofits that we want to help raise money for. And what you could do is, this is a little bit more technical, but I've seen this done and it's been wildly successful. And that is, let's say you pick 5 or so elementary schools or 5 or so different nonprofits. What you do is you send out a list that says, hey, every time you come in for the month of this month, we're going to let you donate 5% of your purchase to one of these 5 charities. And then they come in, they buy stuff, and then they're either given little tokens and they put them in jars, or there's some other way. But now you have a reason to communicate with that customer base and say, hey, this month we're donating to teachers, police officers, pet adoption, maybe a battered women's shelter where we're going to donate some products to help women when they're getting back on their feet look and feel more beautiful. Those type of things. So I would look at how can we help this guy partner with some nonprofits to kind of create a social conscious component of this entire business. So that's what I had. Debbie, you wanted to jump in.
Yeah, based on your suggestions, just a couple of tag-on ideas. When you're having the pet adoption, it may be full-time, but specifically when you're having the pet adoptions, bring in pet shampoos, just like one product that you maybe don't always sell that is specifically related to, you know, what you're doing. And then when you were talking about businesses that you could co-op with, like the nail salons and that kind of thing. The other type of business that I would do is anything where somebody has to wait. So say they drop their car off for an oil change and it's in the shopping center, or, you know, there's a karate school and they're dropping their kids off or whatever, you know, give them something to give the parents to do or their customers to do while their oil is being changed. You know, go over and get a free nail file at you know, the beauty shop and you know, anyhow.
Awesome. I love it. Vanessa, what say you?
Hey, can you hear me, Case?
Yep.
Good. Okay, just piggybacking. I love all the ideas I've heard today. Fantastic ideas. I love the idea of collecting the loyalty points and being able to turn those in for a birthday gift or some kind of reward as you're checking out anyway. So it's an upsell. It's kind of a gift with a purchase type scenario. I love the idea. Your pet adoption idea is awesome. I was wondering if they could potentially partner with a cruelty-free product line so that there's really a bond there, and ask that product line to sponsor the pet adoption, as in any advertising that takes place or anything like that. I think that anytime you can partner with a cruelty-free with pet adoption, that is like a no-brainer, right?
Huge.
Love that. Lots of vendors will donate samples, and I think in every single bag that goes out, in every single purchase, samples, depending on how big the purchase was. So samples that I don't have to buy as a store owner, but I get them donated by my vendors that I work with every day. So if I'm placing, and I would negotiate that with my vendors, if I'm placing X amount of dollars with you, I need free samples so that I can help promote your product to the people that are walking in here. So doing that and getting those samples, I can't tell you how many brand new product lines I've been I've tried and been turned on to because of the free samples that get put in my bag as I check out. And again, that depends on how much you purchase. For example, a $25 purchase of XYZ product would result in this particular one sample going in there. If it's $200 order, it's a bunch of samples, right? So depending on what they're ordering. And lots of times you will get, if someone's buying, say, a particular moisturizer, you can get your vendor, your competing vendor, to donate samples so that you can actually switch the loyalty of that customer. Does that are you following me? So
Absolutely.
If they purchase XYZ moisturizer, I'm going to give them MNO sample. So perhaps, that's a way for vendors to get more of their share of the market, right? So,
Yeah, I've seen
and they're
that.
very interested in doing that, and they're more likely to donate samples to you if they know that you're specifically targeting someone that is a perfect client for them because they're already buying moisturizer.
Yeah, and V, one of the things that you talked about before was kind of a loyalty gift.
Yeah.
I've seen this done. I've actually consulted a perfume company, and we did this in the perfume company where we gave specialized bags. You see this all the time at department stores where, hey, if you buy this, we're going to give you a Daub kit, or we're going to give you a makeup mirror, or we're going to give you this free gift with purchase.
Yes.
Those come from the vendors. So again, going back to strengthening those relationships with the vendors, I think is really important, because you never know what those vendors, I would venture to say that a lot of those vendors probably have a lot of samples and stuff that they have to give away.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe it's just stuff that's sitting in a closet somewhere at their office. And if they could get it out to you, you give it away, it increases them selling more products. So I love that idea for sure.
Exactly. And it's the perfect opportunity to go back to your vendors and say, hey, do you have any product you're trying to move? Do you have any product that's getting, old, that's, running out of shelf life? Those are the things that you want to just help them move that stuff. They will be grateful that you're helping them because nobody wants stale product on their shelf, right? So there's that. The other thing, you talked about partnering with a nonprofit. I'm going to go in a slightly different direction, but the same kind of concept, which is partnering with somebody as a fundraiser. So lots of schools, ballet studios, cheer groups, football groups, all of these groups that specifically ones that travel have to raise funds to support what they're doing. And so with that, and even the Taekwondo studio that Debbie mentioned, or the karate studio that Debbie mentioned, they're all traveling for competitions. And so if you can say, partner with that studio, partner with that ballet school and say, put these coupons on your counter and I will donate X amount. As long as they turn the coupon in, I will donate X amount to your travel fund. And so now you've got all the parents of the kids buying the product from that beauty store because that is helping their kid get to go travel and do whatever they need to do as competitively.
Yeah. So this is really one that's near and dear to my heart because I actually worked with a clothing store where we did this exact thing. And it was wildly successful. So I'll kind of give you guys the 1 minute setup of how we did this. We set up a shelf, and on the shelf, they had these giant milk jars, okay? And I might have my numbers a little bit off here, but every month we chose 5. We did high schools because our clothing store primarily geared themselves towards high school type clothing. It was kind of a trendy store. So we wanted to bring those kids in. And so what we did was, every $10 purchase, I might have been every $25 purchase, you got a little wooden token. And that token represented, I think it was like $2.50 or something like that. And then for everyone, we would hand those tokens. And then that person got to go to the wall and place those tokens in what jar they wanted to support. And what was great about that is we always chose like 5 high school marching bands that were trying to go on tour, or 5 debate teams that were trying to go, or 5 chess clubs, or 5 things kind of in the same category. And then what started to happen was the schools started to compete because you would do one school that was over here and they didn't do it. So then they would start promoting it to all of their friends to bring all their friends back in, so they got more tokens. And then we had a grand prize and we donated those to those. So that works amazingly well, and it drives sales like crazy. So you could use Mailbox Power to promote that to those schools. Also, you could say, hey, if they were taking Kimberly's advice and upgrading to the executive account, maybe we say, hey, we'll send out 50 invites to people that are your ideal customer, saying you could support us by shopping at, you know, the beauty supply store or whatever. So I love that.
Yes, and taking that one step further, they could also partner with the strip mall itself to do a mini performance to drive people over to the store, right? So here's the little ballet group doing their little ballet thing. Oh, and by the way, the MC says, if you want to support these girls on their trip to wherever, their next competition, head on over to XYZ Beauty Supply, and they're donating 10% of their sales today to this endeavor, or whatever that looks like. And just a note for the store owner, for the beauty supply owner, you're willing to donate whatever your normal coupon is. So if you normally send out coupons for 20% off something, that's what you should be donating, so that people don't feel like, I'm not getting the best deal. Right? So whatever your normal coupons are, that's what you should be willing to donate.
Absolutely. And just as a side note, we've done one of these mastermind brainstorming sessions for a local band that's trying to raise awareness. So if you're a local band owner and Vanessa's idea was just like mind blowing, I should get myself in front of strip malls and that type of little performance areas, because maybe you're a quartet or you're a jazz singer, or maybe you're a holiday caroling group or whatever, I would highly recommend go back and watch the video that we did helping local bands use Mailbox Power. So you could actually use these two together. Awesome. Anybody else? Final thoughts? Yeah, Helen.
What about sponsoring a sports team? You know, like a little league or something. Because then their name's everywhere and it'll help drive traffic to them as well. And then they can get their birthdays and their information and everything else that way.
Okay, and Helen, how would we tie in Mailbox Power to that?
Well, you'd be able to, you could put QR codes on the backs of the shirts.
Okay, perfect. We love that.
So they then get into the birthday clubs and that sort of thing as well. But it's a way of getting their name out there so that everybody gets to see them, gets to know them in the community, and gets to know some of the work that they're doing. Because when you were talking about the fundraisers and things, I thought that's another way they could tie that in with the local sports teams and things.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you sponsored a T-ball game or a T-ball or softball or maybe a flag football, or maybe you sponsored that event, one thing that just came to mind while you were saying that, Helen, is to make sure that all the kiddos on that team were part of a birthday club, because here's the thing, parents will support people that support their kids. So with parents' approval, of course, being able to send each of those kiddos on the sports team, for example, or the debate team, or whoever you sponsor. I was a debater, so you have to throw that in there. Taking care of those kids, taking care of those parents, building and strengthening those relationships. I love that, Helen. Debbie, final word, and then we're going to wrap out of here.
So what Helen just said made me think of having your location be the location for donation drop off for like Toys for Tots for the holidays, or maybe a special location, an outlet to buy tickets for a specific thing. Maybe the band is selling tickets to their holiday concert, and you could be a local outlet that people could go buy tickets, anything like that. I was actually thinking of the Parade of Homes. You could buy Parade of Homes tickets there, but that could translate into any kind of local special ticket.
Well, let me take this one step further, Debbie. You just sparked an idea that I've had personal involvement with, is if you have an event, or there's an event going on in the local community, having a specific place where tickets are purchased with no other purchase necessary is massive. Okay, so I'll give you the example that we used. I used to manage this amusement park and water park, and we needed to get tickets into the community because the lines were too long to buy tickets. So what we did was we sponsored with grocery stores, and we sold our tickets to the grocery stores at a discount. They then sold the tickets at retail value, but worked great for them is that when people were going in and buying a ticket to the park, they were also buying all this other stuff. So if, like Debbie said, if you have like, maybe it's a local haunted house, or maybe it's a local RV show, or maybe it's a local swap meet, or maybe it's a local theater production, that person could sponsor selling some tickets through that shop. So awesome. Anybody else? Final words. Okay, hey you guys, thank you so much. This is going to really help out our beauty shop owner. I'm sure he's going to be super thrilled and excited. If you're a beauty shop owner or you just run a retail center, maybe you got some fantastic ideas out of here. Maybe this sparks something in how you want to grow your business. We look forward to helping you do that through the Mailbox Power system. So with that, have an amazing rest of your day, evening, morning, night, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you next time. Ciao for now.